Right guys, welcome back to some more Minecraft. This time we've got episode 97 for you guys. And you may notice something quite a significant amount of different in my texture pack. And what I've done, I've reinstalled Optifine, reinstalled Faithful, the DocM edition. Now that we're constantly reminded that I was too much of a failure to get the actual legit version of the Faithful texture pack. So we've got his as a substitute, but DocM is German, so that's all good. Anyway, so a bit of non-Minecraft kind of like updates as I record this. It's about 700 degrees in my room, so if my computer just melts and the recording stops, that's because my hard drive's just started a bushfire, and I wish I was kidding, but it is so goddamn hot, and it's like midnight and it's hot. What the fuck is that? Anyway, so we better jump out of this thing before I just, you know, go absolutely insane. But I haven't installed this texture pack in a long time, and I was quite interested to see what my world would look like, considering that I haven't actually like looked at it through these goggles in a long time. And we can see, because it's DocM's, there's a lot of greenness in the swampy water, which is a little bit interesting. And on a side note, I'm using a mouse pad, which is something I don't normally use, so it feels a bit weird. So if my like controls seem a little bit spastic, that's probably why. But today I'm actually going to be building something that I saw on JL2579's channel. I never know the combination, but we better just get the coast clear, because this is a creeper magnet, this thing. We'll set this off. But yay. What I'm going to be building is an X-ray machine that is built onto the ground, and generally to do this, oh, why is there a paper there? I'm so lazy. I can't, as if I didn't take that out. Anyway, so what you've done in the past to make an X-ray, I'll give you guys a prototype on what it would look like. We'll build that now, a short little demo version. But basically, the only issue with this design is that it gives you a really limited access into what you can actually see. And then this new design, don't tell me, I've got just pictures of the DocM all over the place. This new design is a little bit more different in the fact that you can actually like go on a minecart and have a look around. And the X-ray bug, I don't know if it's a bug because it's been in the game for so long, and generally if a quote-unquote bug is in the game for like more than a crap load of patches, I don't know if that's actually a figure, but more than a reasonable enough a patch, it's fair to say that it's meant to be there. And even if it isn't meant to be there, it isn't too harmful, so that's why I don't really have an issue with using this thing. And if you can actually come across the ingredients, it'd probably speed up the process a little bit. But for those who don't know, it's basically just a twin piston pusher that pushes transparent blocks into your head, and that enables you to see through the walls. Now, if you haven't seen this before, you might shit your pants, and I don't know, that'd be an extreme overreaction to what it does. But what it basically does is just a really handy way of finding like dungeons and big caves that you haven't lit up, especially if you're one of those persistent people that decide to build a mob trap underground. So this would be a really helpful thing for you if that is you. And if I can find some wood, I'd probably be, you know, way better at making videos. But anyway, we're going to quickly knock up a few pistons. Obviously need a bit of iron for this, otherwise it's just not going to happen. Get a bit of iron, get a bit of redstone, and then just do... I never know if cobblestone's up the top or on the sides. Please tell me it's up the top, otherwise I'm going to feel like a dick. Why do you make me feel like a dick, game? I don't know, I always tend to do the wrong thing in the wrong place. Bam, we have a piston. And we actually have to make two of these, otherwise it won't actually work. I'm not sure if you can do it with one piston, I've never actually tried, but I'm pretty sure, I think two are required anyway. So anyway, I didn't actually get many LPIs for last episode, which is all good. It isn't exactly urgent, but I've got my own kind of LPIs, I guess you'd call. They are Let's Play ideas that I'll be executing within the next few episodes, up until episode 100. And if you guys have any ideas specifically for episode 100, please let me know, and I'll put them into the bucket list of things to do in that episode. But I don't know, I wish there was a mod that could, like, not a mod, but like a legit way for me to make this place always nighttime, because, I don't know, if we just quickly pop up into a nice little view, there's something about my world that I just like so much more when it's at nighttime. And I don't know if it's just all the lighting and stuff, but I don't know. I really like my world. Is that a guilty thing to mention? I don't even know. But yeah, I really do prefer it at nighttime, and I am actually really glad that I installed this texture pack, because we wouldn't have such a lovely little thing to look at, would we? But yeah, there's still a lot of places around my map that aren't exactly lit up, as you can probably see. Right in front of us is a prime example. But what we better do is actually stop procrastinating. Procrastinating, that's inventing a word. Hooray. Stop procrastinating and actually figure out where we're going to actually set up this X-ray machine. And I've done it in the past. I haven't done it in a long time. In this world, it's been like, when I say it's been a long time, I'm not kidding, like episode 10, like that kind of long time. Basically, all you need to do, what I might do, I'm going to try and find a hole that I once dug. I don't know if I'll find it, but no, it looks like I didn't. Basically, all you need to do is just get a simple underground patch like yourself, what the hell? Doesn't even make any sense. What you have to do is just dig a little area like this, and make sure you got enough room, because if you screw up the redstone, especially if you're using TNT, you can also use glowstone, and I'm not sure what else. I think you can probably use ice. I'm not quite sure on that one. I know you can use glowstone and TNT for a fact, so they're the two I generally use. But what we need to do is go here, and I might actually need a repeater because I'm a dummy, but we can always just check that. So what we basically do is just power these pistons simultaneously, and I haven't had my redstone like teachings up to date, so I could be an absolute noob all over again, but oh, that scared the freaking nutsack out of me. Alright, so we can do that. Bam, really easy. And now that I remember it, sticky pistons I would highly recommend. It makes it a little bit easier, considering that you don't have to manually reset it every time you use it. So what this lets us do is check out everything underneath the world, and all of the little holes and everything that I've dug. And this actually looks really cool. I don't often get angles like this, but yeah, so it's very effective if you want to like try and find dungeons. And if you have Optifine installed, it makes it that much easier. We could probably spot one if we're lucky. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's a mini Easter egg that some of you may be aware of. And during my live streams, I tend to create secret rooms and stuff, so it's a little bit more interesting if you download my map. Try to make them rewarding to find if I can, but sometimes I just don't go through the effort that I probably should to make it that exciting. But anyway, so that's the basic principle. Get yourself inside transparent blocks. So we really need to pick these up. I don't know, I'd feel bad. So what we're going to do is take this principle and combine it with a new feature that allows minecarts to be self-perpetuated. Now, I'm not quite sure if this could have been done prior to this patch, but I imagine it could have been done with powered rails. The only issue would have been is that you couldn't really monitor how quick it would go, and you'd kind of spin around really fast and you wouldn't get a good look at what you were doing. So we're going to set this up, we're going to give this its own little room, and the goal is to put it somewhere where it's going to be effective, and somewhere where I can get a lot of unseen area that I probably haven't seen before. And around this area is somewhere where I may have to put it, because I've really explored the crap out of areas like this, and over here as well. So even something a bit further away wouldn't be too bad rather. And I'm looking to expand my world out in a direction of a undestined location. So what we could do actually is actually move it out into the jungle, because that's actually an area that I originally intended to build in a crap load. And do I dare go on a nature rant? There's these ridiculous bugs. They're like ants evolved with wings, and it's really annoying. I don't know if they're common as hell, but here in the Aussie Australia, we have the most annoying shit that is just everywhere. It is, as I said, it's really hot as I record this. If I open a window up, I get absolutely murdered by fucking nature, and I don't understand why things like that exist. Like, I know there's like an argument that flies exist for a purpose, they eat poop and whatever, but this issue wouldn't be here in the first place if poop didn't taste bad and other people could eat it. Anyway, that's I don't know sometimes, I really don't know. So I think like I might just drop my nature rant in fear that I'm not making too much of a a sane argument, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is ditch that and say that these flying ants are bullshit and they shouldn't exist, and we're going to move on our merry way. Now let's play. So this is probably an area that I'd like to get some infrastructure in, as well as in the jungle. I kind of want to incorporate the two together and make it more accessible, because currently, as you would know, the only real like workplace worthy areas in my world are generally around my mega build. What's the whisper? What does that even mean? What do you... What? I don't even understand what this even... What? I don't care if you can't locate the signs. Don't fucking freak me out like that. That was really weird. So, what? Is it just going to constantly tell me that I can't find a sign? This is going to be really weird. I don't know what it is about 1.4.6, but it's weirded me out. So what I'm going to do, guys, is create a basic little... Come on, this is getting ridiculous. I'm going to create a basic little hut for my little x-ray machine, and hopefully it looks nice, but I'm going to spend about 20 minutes working on this. That's probably a really rough time, but I'll probably just spend the next few unpredetermined amount of time building this thing, and then I'll get back to you guys when it's finished. Alright guys, so we're back from our little mini time lapse. Not even a time lapse, a bit of a transition, and we've skipped into the future, and approximately about an hour and a half of work has gone into this. A little bit of sidetrack action, but if you can just look at this picture and kind of try and identify something that's a little bit off, I'll give you about 5 seconds, a 4, a 3, 2, and a 1, and if you can't see it by now, we have our zoomy feature, so get ready for this, guys. Friggin' bam! A friggin' switch. You didn't even see that coming at all. So yeah, what we've got here is just a basic wall that doesn't do anything until you hit this switch. And you got to turn around and then turn back around. And what that will do is unveil this amazing passageway into a room that is slightly less amazing, but then goes downwards. So what we've got here is where I'm going to be planning on setting up I almost called my Xbox, my Minecart 360 X-raying machine, and that's a mouthful, just a heads up. And it's almost complete. All that's left to do is fill in the remaining glowstone, as well as give it a test out, of course, and I'll give you guys a little demo on how effective this will be. I haven't actually seen this for myself ever, so this is going to be pretty crazy, but we better finish it before we use it. And what of the day can be X-ray. So what we can do is now put the minecart on this thing, and we can press forward, and that will push us forwards. So what we can do from here is obviously check out everything underneath the world, including every single cave that's visible. That looks really weird. I don't remember where that is, but apparently it happened. So yeah, we can now survey across everywhere and find places that we may not have found before, including dungeons and all that other good stuff that we discussed earlier. So I'll probably be using this for like future projects, as well as looking out for dungeons. As I said earlier, it's probably the biggest use you have for it, apart from cave lighting up. But also another thing I want to do is look for a cave system that is just amazing, and eventually set up a base in there, because if you guys watched around the mid-80s, I think it was, we worked on a cave system, but it was a little underwhelming. I didn't really like the shape of the cave, and I just want a really nice natural looking cave to work in. And if you put up a bunch of these X-ray stations around the place, you'll sure enough be able to find something that's pretty kick-ass, and that actually looks really cool from here. That's my nether room, for those who don't know where I am and are completely disorientated. So yeah, that's the basics behind this X-ray 360 Majiggeroo. And as I said, I found this on JL2579's channel, so if you want to give them a nice comment, I'd appreciate it. But yeah, I thought that was really amazing, and I can't believe I didn't think of it myself. But yeah, once you get out, you have to get out at this block here. Otherwise, I think you either suffocate or you just can't exit the minecart. So I'm going to leave that here because I don't really have any other use for it. I probably should put a stopper rail there. It makes it a little bit easier to get it in the right place. So yeah, that's what we've got so far, and I'll give you guys a little preview of what else I've been doing in amongst all of this. And I'll give you, actually, what I might do, we might go for a bit of a stroll, as I have about 600 bugs on my computer screen. I can barely see what I'm doing. It is fucking disgusting. Anyway, we're gonna go on top of it and have a look down and see how inconspicuous it is. It's meant to be secret, so I don't know, it's really not much of a secret now that everybody knows about it, but it's meant to be concealed, so hopefully it doesn't stick out like a dog's doodle, and we can actually... Why is it... Oh my goddamn big fat Steve head. I hate it. Gotta find a better way of getting around here. Yeah, so... Oh my goodness. I'm getting... They're literally like doing gymnastics all over me. It's fucking disgusting. So yeah, there isn't many lines of sight on what I've just done. There's a lot of canopies covering up what I've done, which is good. I thought that was a really good place to kind of conceal it. And it is a little bit bright here, but that's not an issue. It'll just reduce spawns around the area, which is good. And you can pretty much tell that something dodgy is going on down there. But I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. And what we might do, I might show you guys, give you a mini tour of what I've been wanting to do, and I've got some big aspirations for this project. This might even be the next mega build, you never know. We'll see how we go. But if you've noticed, if you've been watching the series for quite a while, you noticed that I created a pathway a long time ago, and it goes absolutely nowhere, and I really want to change that. So this is the pathway I'm talking about, and where it goes is up and over here. A nice little scenic tour, man-made water features and everything. It's amazing, guys. And eventually we get to this dead end over here, and what I've been doing is just clearing out some trees, trying to make some room. And what I plan on doing is, if we can get like enough room, what we could do is create a really fucking amazing mansion out of like wood and stuff. And that's something that's going to be a long-term project, but that's definitely something I want to have on the back burner, something that I can get done over a period of time. And this tree in the middle here is going to be kind of the base of kind of the design. It's going to be incorporated as much as I can, and apart from that, we're just going to be cutting out a lot of these trees around the outsides, as this will be the center point. So I kind of want to have like a circle around it that is clear. I don't mind about the landscape being different levels, because that'll make the house look a bit crazy. I don't want to just have a generic cookie cutter kind of house design. I want it to be pretty messed up, if I'm honest. But yeah, that's my plan for that, and hope you guys like the sound of that. But what I might do is, since we're level 25, what I might actually go and do is go to my end and actually do an enchantment on a pickaxe, because I don't currently have a silk touch, which is unfortunate. So what I'm going to do, I'll probably go... Actually, we haven't actually walked there in a long time. I don't know how long it's been since we've done an enchantment, but it's been way too long, and I don't want to have so many things in the world that I don't show people, because I keep forgetting that every time I make a video there's someone who hasn't watched one of my videos before. So I got to try and, even if it is a few seconds, just go over some of the past things that we've done, and try and like constantly update people with what I'm going, or what I've done in the past. But generally anything in this Let's Play, you could see where it's been done along the timeline. I don't know the exact episode numbers and everything, but generally, yeah, most of the stuff I've done is fairly easy to find on my channel. And I've recently updated all my thumbnails for the Let's Play, and they should be continuously updated, so that takes a fair bit of time, but hopefully it makes the thumbnail look a little bit nicer. And I've got my Minecraft skin on it, so it's obviously going to be 10 times sexier than it was otherwise. I kind of had the mentality that simple was just good, but it turns out it's just simple is generic and it doesn't do much. So, nope, you friggin' don't run away from me. Oh god, if that guy shot at me, I'd probably legitimately do a little poo. Because this thing would just shatter to shit if a gas shot this like glass encasing, it really wouldn't hold up too well. And I'd be pretty mad. I'd probably have to rebuild the whole thing because I'd be scared it would shatter again. I really hate seeing those ghasts, even though I know that they can't touch me. I don't know, maybe I'm nether insecure. I don't know how else to say it, guys. So what we might do, it's just a little brief question. Am I able to set up multiple pairs of ender chests? Because that's an area where I really would appreciate having one. I think these bugs are actually doing it on my screen. Anyway, bug porn aside, I really need to like hook up a way to get those minecarts back to the original chest. Freaking Enderman. And in the next snapshot, it looks like there's going to be a lot of amazing shit coming out. So I might be able to set up a hopper system that kind of sends the minecarts back to base, but that might be a bit extreme considering that I don't really use it that much, and even if I do, it's pretty simple just to manually take them back and forth. But anyway, just food for thought as I chow down on some bread. But yeah, this little thing here kind of works well if you've eaten a lot of food and you're not completely puffed out. But we only have 5 levels left to go, and it should only take us about 20 seconds, I reckon, to get level 30. And in all honesty, I have not been here in a long time, and if it was completely bugged, I wouldn't even be surprised. But in fear that 69 sound is too loud, we're going to turn it down. Make sure these buttholes aren't too loud, and hopefully they aren't. Because I don't have headphones yet, I still don't know what is too loud and what isn't, so I might just turn it right off, just in fear that it was too loud, which is really sucky. Why can't USA just be next to me? I can just pick up my goods from Amazon manually. Anyway, so we got level 30. I think it's about time that we ended the episode, guys, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. And I had a bit of a scare with the word of the day signs. If you would have seen that error that I was creeped out about, that was actually white silk touch. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. The signs were getting completely wiped, and I was looking through all the different signs and they were just all blank. But if that ever happens to you, all you need to do to fix that is simply log in and out. So that should help some of you guys if you have signs that are important in your Let's Play or in your multiplayer server. If you can't see them, just try logging in and out and it should be fixed for you. But anyway, guys, I think that's about it. I think that's the meat potatoes. All that's left is the friggin' dodgy vegetables at the end. So, oh god, we can't show that. I think I might show you guys the way to the sanctuary, and I'll meet you guys there in a second. Okay, guys, so here we are, just dipping into the sanctuary pool. It looks so much nicer. I can't believe it took me so long to update my texture pack, but I'm so glad I've done it. And in future, if I don't update it, you guys need to just yell the crap out of me in the comments, telling me to get my texture pack updated. But luckily for me, I've already got some signs set up, and all the word of the day winners are still there. And what I did in the absence of that little cut, I went and figured out who won the word of the day for episode 96. And episode's 96 winner, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, went to Jurgen3xj, and I'm pretty sure that's the capital letters and all that stuff. I can't see my keyboard. Too many bugs doing it. Anyway, so good luck to you guys going for episodes 97, word of the day, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode for today. But anyway, I think I shall end it on that note, and I shall, as always, thank you for watching the video, and I think my time's up, and I'll catch you guys later, and take care.